M60 over here actually doesn't have eyes. Is that able to see? Oh, this T-62 is about to drive into its line of sight right now. Kind of waiting to see. Whoa, turret tossing.
Whoa, turret tossing.
Oh, wait. Oh, that's a lot of rockets coming in. Oh, they destroyed my VATS. That's one of my AAs out. They're trying to engage the other one. That's not good. We just destroyed 2 enemy T-62s though. That's good. There's another one right here next to my HQ section. Oh, those bombs were perfect. Phantom is engaging with its main gun. Does it have any other targets? Oh, that was actually sweet. Oh, and did it dodge that missile? Alright, howdy folks, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Armored Brigade 2. Today I'm going to showcase a custom battle playing as US forces defending against a Soviet attack in the Fulda Gap set in 1983. But first, I want to quickly explain some things about AB2. This released earlier this week on Steam. There's a link in the description where they wrote that the game, quote, offers an unparalleled combat simulation experience, end quote, and I don't think that's an exaggeration. Whether you want to play in real time or turn-based, you can use over 1,000 ground and air units from the US, Soviet Union, West and East Germany, Poland, Finland, and the UK to duke it out with era-appropriate weapons and technologies from 1965 all the way to 1991. Weather, wind, time of day and year, the terrain type, and more impact your weapon systems, like vehicles can get stuck more easily or infantry getting tired faster due to the weather. Pre-made missions, Steam Workshop support, and an extensive mission generating system, as well as linear and dynamic campaigns. There's a ton of things to do. Morale, suppression, training, and more impacts how your units and vehicles operate and react from the team and squad level up to multiple companies fighting each other at once, sometimes on massive maps. Thanks to Slytherin for sponsoring this video. Do check out the description for a link to get the game while it's on sale till April 15th and get yourself this awesome new simulator and support the channel at the same time. Alright, let's go ahead and generate a custom battle. You can create custom campaigns, but let's just stick to a single battle for today's video. First, you have to pick a so-called master map, where you have to decide where on these maps you want to fight. So a bunch of European maps, which want to sort of shout out to the Fort Irwin National Training Center map. It's kind of cool to have a more desert style map in the game. We'll pick the Fulda Gap map, and this is where you get to select your area of operations within the master map. Currently, we are on the max sector size, so Fulda is in there in its entirety with just the outskirts, a large amount of space. This could be a multiple hour battle easily. However, do you want to turn Fulda into a very small Stalingrad-esque house-to-house setting? We'll go for the minimal sector size, and look at that. You are now fighting over a city block, a couple of streets, still a larger area, especially instead of the town like Fulda. But as you can see here, this barely covers the town of Schlitz, whereas if you go max, it's barely recognizable right in the middle. We're gonna go fight over the town of Hofbieber, just to the northeast of Fulda. Let's go ahead and go to the next page. And this is where you see and get to determine who fights here, when they fight, and what the situation is. We're gonna be playing as the US in 1983 versus the Soviets. Now you can pick the starting time. We'll stick with maybe do about 8 in the morning. However, we can also decide the weather, the wind speed, and the temperature. The ground condition is going to determine how easily or how bad it is to get around. Now, obviously, if you want to sort of cosplay the Rasputitsa, you can set that ground condition to bad and go ahead and play the winter terrain. It's not going to be a great time for any armored vehicles trying to go off-road. And then finally, the destruction level. Do you want to play in a completely unattacked city? Leave it at 0%. Do you want to go crazy? You could go up to 100%. Now we get to pick the actual battle situation. We can go for a defense situation where we're actually going to be fortified and dug in. We get to determine where we're going to be starting from though, and I kind of want to start from the south, so we'll go ahead and click that. I've made the enemy zone rather small. They don't really need a big zone to deploy. I'm also going to be holding about here in terms of our deployment zone. An objective, let's make one pretty much in the city center. That's going to be our main objective. So now we have our mission set. The Soviets are attacking Hofbieber from the north. We are defending, we are dug in, we are spawning in the south, and they're coming in from the north with one objective: hold this area. And then last but not least, we could even paint some no-go zones, allowing you to block off parts of the map. Say there's a big area that you want to call a minefield, or maybe it's irradiated, or whatever you want to come up with. Let's go ahead and just make this area back here all red, just because I want to showcase that feature, and there's really no reason for either me or my AI to really venture here. Click that button, this now becomes a little blacked out, so this is no longer accessible to either of us. I'm going to let the AI do their selection, but we're going to do manual unit selection. 3,200 points, they're getting about double of our points, not too bad, but that's going to be a lot of units to deal with. First up, we have a dismounted scout recon section with 2 scout teams, 2 of these F4 Phantoms for close air support. We have 2 of these TOW ATGM sections, an M013 mechanized infantry company, which obviously has quite a few units in here. We have a tank platoon of these M60 A1s, an air assault infantry company, an M163 VADS AA section, always going to be useful, an air assault infantry HQ, and then also a 4.2 inch heavy mortar section. Since we're defending, we can go ahead and buy some obstacles. That's actually not a bad idea. Our points are now fully used. A big thing here, this game is both playable in real time and turn-based. The turns can be anywhere from 30 seconds, a minute, 90 seconds, 3 minutes, up to 6 minutes. I'm personally going to stick with a 1-minute turn timer just to try to keep everything a little bit under control. Then if you want to reduce delay, it makes it a little bit easier to control your men, you can do that. And if you want to make one of the men on the battlefield your player character, I think if you do get blown up, you lose the battle. Let's not stick with that, and let's keep this all at the regular settings. So this is the entire Fulda map. It's absolutely massive, and it's a good thing we're not fighting over the entire town of Fulda because, well, it is quite big. We're fighting still over what feels like a pretty large area. The town here of Hofbiber, and we can set up anywhere within this green area, with recon being able to deploy in this sort of middleman no man's land area. After we set up everyone, we'll come back and show you our initial defensive setup, and then hopefully this could be a pretty spicy battle. Alright, we've pretty much set up everyone and everything. The main focus was having my recon teams on hold fire, and my ATGM teams and some of my tanks actually on only fire when they are within effective range. Finally, we can put a couple of minefields as well as anti-tank things down. Let's put those minefields right where we would kind of expect people to come into. One here, one at this intersection, probably one here, and, well, you know what, let's put one right here. Now we have a bunch of minefields and also these anti-tank traps ready. I believe we are good to go. I'm kind of worried about this one. All right, and here goes nothing. I'm kind of worried about this one. Now you can click tab to fast forward, medium, fast, or normal forward, but we are already getting shots out on my ATGMs who are immediately engaging targets. You can see there is a bunch of smoke or dirt being kicked up by vehicles. We can't actually no, never mind, we just got eyes on all of them. Now we've reported, let's see, some mortars. That's just a truck with a mortar. We have some enemy armor, some BRDMs, or BTRs back here. We've already destroyed a couple of their heavy vehicles on the right. Looks like some recon BRDMs are being destroyed. Now in this one, you cannot pause it. So every minute has to play out fully before the game pauses automatically, and then you can technically go back to the replay and kind of just watch what happened. If I click play here, gives you an idea of what transpired. Unlike the regular real time, you cannot hit pause on this. That's a lot of BTRs. The question is, do I feel like sending these in makes any sort of sense? It's going to take about 4 minutes for them to arrive. So it's a risky play. A lot of their support does seem to be over there. So it might actually be kind of worth it to drop this over here, and hopefully we'll have eyes on in the next 3 to 4 minutes. We're getting reports that we are still destroying enemy vehicles. ATGMs are going down. We did take some fire on this ATGM team over here. I'm not sure if they actually lost a person. No, they're currently still fine. Ammunition's cooking off on an enemy vehicle. We can take a look and see where that happened. Must have been one of these BRDMs over here getting absolutely just destroyed by, it's potentially our tow teams that are way in the back there on the hill, or it could be our M60s. Let's BRDM probably not going to do very good. We are taking some fire. Those M113s are probably not long for this world. ATGMs coming out. BRDM is getting engaged by some heavy machine gun, it looks like. That is it looks really cool. M60 shot just went off. We are just destroying them at the moment. Our air support, it looks like this is the arrow. I'm seeing, okay, we've got 3 minutes on the timer. We can just keep on going. You can press spacebar to get rid of that. Is that a mortar truck? Just, okay, getting absolutely destroyed by the ATGMs. The issue is going to be once, well, our ATGMs run out of ammo, and they may have more men here that I'm kind of willing to admit that they have. Shots are still going out. We are randomly destroying some of these BTRs in the background. You can see they are moving, but they're currently having issues with their, probably with their command and control. They are getting blasted. Their morale is going absolutely down the stinker, and our M60 just gets to snipe 1, snipe 2, snipe 3, while our recon is relaying their position to the M60. Ooh, that was a straight up just ricochet off the ground. Take a look at what's going on over here. Our defenses are obviously relatively holding. Wasn't really expecting this to go too bad initially, but this is not going to be all of their forces. ATGM is coming out. It's not going to have enough time to impact. We are not taking some heavy fire. We have destroyed yet another vehicle, but this M60 is taking return fires. You can see the shells are flying by relatively often, and at one point this may just get hit and then go absolutely sky high. The scout team only has hand grenades and a couple of actual rifles. They're not going to be that useful, so I'm going to keep them on hold fire as long as possible. Air support is only a minute 30 out, so they should be here relatively quickly. Our other fort recon is still holding the line perfectly fine. We now have some smoke coming out, and our VATS, was that our VATS just engaging? It is. Kind of didn't mean for him to do that. It does sound and look really cool. Get a slightly lower angle here. Not really what I meant for it to do. I kind of had it on this incline so we can engage enemy aircraft, but this might just work. Timer on the aircraft is about a minute. Our M113 is taking hits. That's probably not going to be long. Our ATGM teams are taking hits. They're not feeling so good anymore. They are also most likely, at this point, pretty much out of ammo. Oh, they just got panicked. They got 2 casualties, and yeah, they're suppressed. These guys are not going to last very long. The idea here was sort of a defense in depth. Infantry in buildings backed up by some M113s. It made more sense to have more infantry with sort of crappier transports, in case here the M113s to me, than to have less infantry but with better transports in, say, some M2 Bradleys, just because I want the infantry to really man all of these houses in this area, because otherwise they're going to have numerical superiority and your Bradleys are just not going to be able to kill everyone they see. Our airstrike should be inbound, hoping there's not a lot of heavy air, anti-air, or their air, technically speaking. Our VADS is still going crazy, and our jets are about to be inbound. Deploy ourselves right over here. Here's our aircraft coming in. You see the VADS trace around still flying over. Our M60 is still knocking out enemy tanks and enemy vehicles as they're driving in. They're holding on for the Phantoms. You can technically take a look at them, what they're carrying. You can see we got 20mm Vulcans. Obviously, they're sort of onboard cannon, Hydra rockets, some air-to-air missiles, and cluster bombs. But they still might take a little longer to get here, just purely... Oh, they're actually engaging. Those might be Hydra rockets coming in. That BTR... Oh, that just took a round and it didn't care. More Hydra rockets. Hopefully they drop some clusters. I was hoping they would deploy their... Oh, we got AA. Oh, that's not good. It's unfortunate they did not drop their clusters. That was kind of a... The BTR survived getting rocketed by a bunch of Phantoms. Oh, infantry is dismounting some of these transport BTRs. I honestly thought that they were going to have a way better chance. So far, though, our right flank is not looking too good. Enemy aircraft are coming in, some MiG-23s. However, we did have some AA, including a Stinger, as well as some PIVADs. Looks like they're currently engaging a tree line, which had the tank and the 2 ATGM teams in it. That MiG-23 is going to get its runoff, and neither our missile nor... Oof, that was actually a pretty big hit. All right, looks like our AA is trying to engage this MiG-23, but yeah, it did just drop rounds, and that's not ideal. I mean, obviously our middle is fine. It's the fact that, well, our right flank is in some trouble. We've lost that scout team up front. I don't think this scout team is going to do a lot better. Missiles coming out on this MiG. Oh, we must have barely missed it or maybe damaged it. Now our Pivans is still trying to engage the BTR-70. I actually give that a pretty 50-50 chance, to be honest, whether or not it does anything at that range. More shots. Oof. Huge hit. Enemy T-62 just got knocked out by our own M60. And if we can just destroy enough of their armor, I think the infantry and the lighter vehicles, if there's any dismounts left, we can probably deal with. So you can see they are following the road mostly because that makes them the fastest. So if we can intercept this guy with the funny mine here at the end, that would be kind of nice. This M60 is getting hit. We got ATGMs coming out, potentially from the ATGM team or from a BMP-1 or a BMP-2. Looks like another one's coming out. Oh, that was a friendly ATGM being fired? I'm not actually sure. Or machine gun rounds. We're kind of keeping an eye on this one M60 or T-62. That one is down, destroyed by an M47 or by one of my Meg Rifle squads. And the recon, they're kind of just holding the line, are still very capably keeping these guys lit. That one just got blown up by the M60 on the move shot. Probably not going to do a lot for him. Waiting for the reload on that M60 to hit this T-62 and blow him clean out. Oh, he actually engaged for a different vehicle behind. Another T-62, a bunch more BTRs, and the Soviets are now sort of spreading out on this hill more towards the, what is that, the northeast. Our M60 on here was trying to engage some infantry. It's kind of hitting a range where I'm not sure to what effect that's going to really have. Our air support, oh, we actually didn't lose either of them. That's good. We'll just continue with the battle. We can see a couple of fires here, houses on fire. This one doesn't look that great. We probably actually want to get those guys out of there. They're at zero connection with command, which isn't great. These guys are probably mostly out of ammo. Our M113 here taking a round. Let's go a little bit of fast forward. We got to get these guys out of here. This house is not going to be an ideal situation for them to stay. Another ATGM coming out there. Let's pop them into this one just to try to get them out of there, because that's not ideal. The thing is, they are out of command right now. They have no contact with HQ. It's going to be rough to see if they even want to listen and really get out of there before my orders reach them. More ATGMs coming out. T-62 barely surviving. I'm actually surprised that that didn't kill it. M60 over here actually doesn't have eyes. We can take its look at its line of sight. Is that able to see? Oh, this T-62 is about to drive into its line of sight right now. Kind of waiting to see. Whoa, turret tossing. I was thinking it was going to be a different M60. Who was? Oh, I tried putting as many M60s as I could in these really weird vision areas where they had, as you can see, a great line of sight on pretty much anything. Look at the line of sight on this. So if they get too close, I can't engage them. But this way he could focus on the down slope as they were coming in. And this was covered by, well, mostly these ATGMs. Though at this point, I believe they may just be out of ammo, which is going to be an issue we'll deal with later. Oh, we're taking some heavy shots. I'm not sure if that was maybe artillery. We're actually oh yeah, we're taking some incoming. We're routing some enemy troops now, however, and our VADS is still engaging. There's still a lot of BTRs, 60s, a lot of trucks, infantry, airborne, mortars setting up. So maybe we can get our mortars to actually start to engage units on this right side. As our left side, it's only this M60 and the ATGM teams with the flanking shots from this PIVADS. All right, I just gave my mortars the fire for effect order on this area. The beauty of this is we still have our recon, which I believe actually has eyes on these guys. Oh, we got some heavier artillery now landing inside of the northern part of the city. well, more of a town, I suppose, but that mortar equipment is going to be really hard to deal with. I don't know if it's off-map artillery or if it's some of this on-map mortars that are engaging us. Our mortars are now going to start engaging the enemy equipment that I've been targeting over here using the scout or recon team as a sort of forward observer. And then based on what the spotter is calling out, they'll adjust their fire on the fire for effect setting. Now, I don't really want to move my units here too much. I don't know if running out of an artillery barrage is necessarily the best situation. You're probably better off in the house than outside of it. I wonder what our air support... Oh, it is ready. I wonder if we can just kind of call it in over here. 4.5 minutes. That's fine, actually. Our M60s can probably hold just long enough. Enemy rotary wing aircraft spotted. Okay, so an Mi-24 is going to be coming in, actually 2 of them. I do wonder if those guys hover around long enough. We do have some air-to-air missiles on these Phantoms. It could be a Phantom knocking out an Mi-24 here, perhaps. Though some of the infantry... Oh, it actually moved around from this building to this building. They were stuck in here for a second. That is bad. That is the M60 over here now being engaged. We do have the pivads. Where's it? The pivads was actually... Oh, it was over here. Question is... You know what? We're going to actually leave the pivots where it is. Though I'm hoping they... Oh, man, it's a lot of fire coming in from his Mi-24s. And we lost an APC. Where was that? Okay, we lost one of the APCs. Oh, we lost this one in the back end over here. Mi-24s are still coming in. I don't know. Oh, wow! One of the rounds from the Mi-24s... Oh, they are... Okay, they're absolutely destroying us right now. A mortar... A round from the Mi-24s. Oh, it basically hit my mortar, didn't kill it. Killed an M60 instantly, and my pivots I don't think actually have eyes on. So if they're not going to shoot soon, I may just have to move this one up and actually try to get eyes on those Mi-24s. Unless they just came in for an attack run and turned around. In that case, it did honestly a pretty decent job, considering they just destroyed one of my M60s. And I obviously only have 4 left if I didn't lose another one. There's one here. There is another one here. And then we have... Okay, so I think we have 4 of them left still. That's okay. Now, the question is, should I move my pivads? You know what? Let's actually fast move you here. And then rotate you this way. Hopefully that sort of allows us to get some shots on those helicopters if they come back. Our air support is still 3 minutes out of the AO. Lots of fire. I'm not too sure. This right side looks kind of spooky. That's kind of obviously why I called in an air support. You got some armor pushing in. That's a mine plow T-62. That's going to be very unfortunate if he actually is the one that drives over. No, he's going to be destroying my mines. We have enemy fixed-wing aircraft incoming now as well. Oh, we lost sight of him for a second. Is he going right between here and the mines? I guess we can't see him yet. Okay, he must have just missed the mines, which is kind of good for us. We do not want him to destroy those. We got MiG-23s, 2 of them coming in different areas. I'm kind of see, is our AA? Our AA is trying to engage. Oh, I just heard a bunch. Oh man, what is happening? Did my pivots not? Oh, is he not? Oh, he cannot engage. Is he moving? I gotta take a look at this. He's going to engage him though, right? Oh, we just rotated him. Turn, 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 turn. It was the worst time to move him too, wasn't it? He's trying to get an eye on a little bit. Missile coming out from the Stinger on the MiG. Oh, more. Okay, more incoming. That's good now because at least, well, it's not good, but at least our pivots is now set up. 10 minutes ago, I thought this was going to be a GG. Now I'm not so sure. There's still a lot more aircraft coming in. We still have ours inbound in about 1:30. Oh, wait. Oh, that's a lot of rockets coming in. Oh, they destroyed my VATS. That's one of my AAs out. They're trying to engage the other one. It's so... That's not good. We just destroyed 2 enemy T-62s, though. That's good. There's another one right here next to my HQ section. Oh, those bombs were perfect. My mortars are not looking too good. My VADs here got basically absolutely demolished. I'm surprised it's still alive. This one got demolished, though. And this one is just driving. And I think it's due to the line of sight. Actually, we do have eyes on this T-62. I'm wondering, is he trying to engage him? Because he better be. He's driving right there. Oh, we just took a shot. He's trying to engage it. He's trying to engage it. The machine gun. I guess that's just to try to get their crew to stay buttoned. Gun. Oh, that was a miss. Now the thing is, it's running into a bunch of my infantry, but this is why I needed like all of these extra, you know, defensive line sections. Rear turrets damaged. Another shot coming in from the side from the air assault rifle units. And they actually did manage to save the day there, kind of, by stopping them from going too far into our flank. Main gun here is fine. It sucks that we lost that VADS. Shells coming out randomly here and there from our M60s. Air support, 12 seconds. So the next turn, it should be coming in, and hopefully they'll get rid of some of those guys over there. Enemy grenade spotted. Just some infantry. Not to worry too much about that. Rockets are coming out. Phantom is engaging with its main gun. Does it have any other targets? Oh, that was actually sweet. Oh, and did it dodge that missile? I'm actually not sure. It looked like it might have. We knocked out one of their mortars. Kind of an expensive thing to drop a cluster on, but hey, it doesn't matter, right? We destroyed it. That's kind of what counts. It was a really cool attack. We're going to follow it in like that. And I do wonder, is our mortar section still like somewhat okay? Because they did kind of get rocketed earlier. And you can see the bomb impacts on this VADS. I'm surprised it didn't get destroyed more. In terms of ammo, we're actually still good. So why don't we just keep firing for effect with the 2 mortar sections. We do still have our Stinger team, which I probably should move in a little bit more of an advantageous position. Maybe we'll move them into this tree line here after this turn is over. Because at this point, we're just trying to consolidate. I don't want to give up this city center. Obviously, we're doing all right. They have lost a lot of their heavy pushing forces. It actually might be worth it to do this now. Run them back. And then when they get there, do a rotate. And this M113, let's actually leave that there. I think what we could do is just pull him all the way over here. Go for a big move. And get another tank to start working on this ridgeline, because, well, clearly there is the need for some cleaning up to do. More mortars are coming in. This one was destroyed already, but they're obviously trying to knock out this infantry squad right next to them. We have a BTR 70 slowly advancing into town. It's not going to hit our mines. That's unfortunate. Though if it does drive, let's take a look. Can we see? Oh, we can't. This actually is good. If it gets this close, we'll have a pretty decent sightline on it. But is it going to? Oh, it might. It definitely looks like it's going to be driving straight down the road. Let's go ahead and just hit another turn. We do have some guys retreating. Can't really blame them, obviously. Our manpad team is moving as fast as their little legs can carry them. Keep in mind they're carrying an entire manpad with them, so it's not going to be the fastest thing ever. And then we should have shots on this BTR that's coming down the road pretty much any second here. Keeping an eye on our LOS. Yeah, we're about to have him right there, and then he should be getting blown up. We do have some motor rifle infantry advancing, but oh, here's our M60 moving. We do have some motor rifle infantry moving up, but we have so many avenues that we can attack them from. That tow team got destroyed earlier. That's all right. Oh, there's the BTR. Our M60 here is making this mad dash to try to hit the right flank as fast as possible. I want to start working on over these all these vehicles that are parked up over there. Motor rifle infantry is just getting destroyed. I doubt that these guys are going to be alive for very long right in front of multiple infantry teams, defensive vehicles, even this BTR, which is actually now getting shot at finally. I was surprised it didn't get shot at yet. I don't know if this M113... Oh, there we go. Oh, it actually got destroyed by an M113. That's good. Now our M60 has arrived. It's looking like it's trying to get some targets out. There we go. Take a look at this. So we have a... Oh, that's a lot of infantry coming in from over here. Our M60 taking some return fire, but it's mostly machine gun. But they've dismounted their infantry, and they're very slowly, it appears now, following up on the assault. The BTR. Oh, we're taking... our man pads just moved. I moved them in here. I feel like an ass. They were definitely not supposed to get artillery, but it looks like maybe they saw my AA team running in here. That's a bit unfortunate, but, you know, it happens, I guess. These guys are trying to move in here ASAP. Once they're in, we'll move the M113 over here and get them to deploy. I don't want them to drive a bunch of BTRs up here without me having eyes on. But right now, I'm kind of worried about the fact that if I pull this M60 in front, I'm terrified of... Oh, aircraft ready. I think we just... Oh, don't do that. I think we just drop it right there. Why not? Yeah, I'm worried... Oh, there's a vehicle driving in here. I'm worried that this vehicle, if it still has men inside, it's going to deploy them. And then it's going to be really tough. We lost a man-pad team. Oof. That's unfortunate. Shots on the BTR. Those are out and done. Enemy rotary wings spotted. Mi-24Ps are inbound. And I've just lost my Stinger. And I'm down to just one pivot. So this is not very ideal. And they're going to be coming in. I do have my own aircraft coming in, but they're going to be another, about 2 minutes. So they might reach it in time. I gave my M60 the order to start moving to the right. It's going to take a second, though, because obviously that's the delay. Now, these Mi-24s, I'm really not too sure what to do about them. If our pivots doesn't knock them out, then we are in deep trouble. Once these guys start moving, I'm trying to move this guy away from the Mi-24's vision, right behind this building, keeping it in between me and him. I wonder, do we still have ammo? Oh, he's out of ammo. I shot it at all. I only shot it. I shot it at all the ground units instead. Oh, that's not good. Is this M60 even... Can he even engage the Mi-24? I mean, it would be hilarious. Oh, they're flying really low over the city right now. Man, if only I had one Stinger team that did not get killed. A minute until my aircraft come in. Our M60 is now deploying. Setting up over here. Getting some shots out. There's some mortars. We can knock those out. Might actually stop my own mortars from getting attacked. But that's currently what's happening there. They're sort of trying to counter my mortars, which is a little unfortunate. Yep. Those are my 24s. Oh, there goes one of their mortars. I honestly, for 1 second, thought it was going to be my jet or my tank trying to engage the Mi-24s. That would have been fantastic. Sadly, that's not what happened. But he's now going to engage another mortar. He's down. And can we get a 3-4-3? That's going to be the main question. Waiting for the shot. Oh my god. And that's going to be the victory screen. We have, I think, pretty handily defeated them today. They lost quite a lot of their equipment, almost every single one of their vehicles. Although we didn't shoot down one of their aircraft, we actually lost one of ours, but unfortunate. The thing with this one is this game has a lot to offer, and I've really only scratched the absolute very top of the surface. And I actually think I'm going to be jumping into some more Armored Brigade 2 in the near future. For now, I hope you enjoyed, and I'd love to see you in the next one.